What if I told you that the first 10 minutes after you wake up quietly shape the next 24 hours of your life? Before you check your phone, before you answer a message, before the world tells you who to become, there is a brief window where your mind is completely yours. Most people waste it. They wake up anxious, distracted, and immediately surrender their attention to notifications, social media, and endless worries. By breakfast, they are already reacting to life instead of leading it. The Stoics believed this was one of the greatest mistakes a person could make. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest emperors, ruled an empire while battling wars, betrayal, and illness. Yet each morning he reminded himself how to prepare his mind before facing the world. Because he understood one simple truth. A disciplined morning creates a disciplined life. If you can master your mornings, you begin mastering your emotions. Master your emotions, and you master your decisions. Master your decisions, and you shape your destiny. Today, you'll discover 10 timeless Stoic rules that train your mind every single morning. These aren't motivational tricks or temporary habits. They're practical principles that have endured for more than 2,000 years. If practiced daily, they can help you become calmer, stronger, more focused, and more resilient regardless of what life throws at you. Stay with me until the end, because the 10th rule is the one many Stoic philosophers considered the foundation of all the others. It has the power to transform not just your mornings, but your entire life. Introduction. Welcome to the Stoic Voice, where we explore timeless wisdom from Stoicism to help you build mental strength, emotional resilience, and lasting inner peace. If you're committed to becoming the strongest version of yourself, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Every week, we share powerful Stoic lessons that help thousands of people develop discipline, confidence, and wisdom for everyday life. Now, take a deep breath, clear your mind, and let's begin. Rule 1: Wake up with purpose, not excuses. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I have to go to work,' as a human being." This wasn't merely advice about leaving bed. It was a reminder that every new day carries a responsibility. Every sunrise is another opportunity to practice courage, patience, justice, and self-control. Unfortunately, many people begin the day negotiating with themselves. 5 more minutes. I'll start tomorrow. I'm too tired. The Stoics warned that excuses slowly weaken character. Every time we surrender to comfort over purpose, we train the mind to avoid difficulty. Discipline is like a muscle. Each decision either strengthens it or weakens it. When you rise as soon as your alarm sounds, you're doing something far more important than simply getting out of bed. You're proving to yourself that your values are stronger than your feelings. This single action sends a powerful message to your subconscious. I am in control. The disciplined person doesn't wait to feel motivated. They act first. Feelings eventually follow. Imagine 2 people waking at exactly the same time. One immediately reaches for their phone. They spend 30 minutes scrolling through other people's lives. By the time they finally get out of bed, their mind is already crowded with comparisons, fears, news, and distractions. The second person sits quietly for 5 minutes. They breathe. They remember their purpose. They think about who they want to become today. Both people had the same 24 hours. But they started with completely different minds. One reacted. The other prepared. The Stoics always chose preparation. Instead of asking, "How do I feel this morning?" ask yourself, "What kind of person will I choose to be today?" That single question changes everything. Because discipline begins not with your actions. It begins with your identity. Don't try to have a perfect morning. Simply refuse to begin your day as a victim of your own emotions. Wake up. Stand up. Make your bed. Drink water. Take a few slow breaths. Remind yourself that today is another opportunity to practice wisdom. The world may remain unpredictable, but your response does not have to be. That is true Stoic discipline. Rule 2: Control your thoughts before the world controls them. Every morning, before you speak to anyone else, you have already spoken to yourself. The question is, what are you saying? For many people, the first thoughts of the day are filled with worry. I have too much to do. What if today goes wrong? I'm not good enough. I'll never get ahead. The Stoics believe that these thoughts are far more dangerous than any challenge waiting outside your door. Why? Because your thoughts shape your perception, and your perception shapes your actions. Epictetus taught that it is not events that disturb us, but our judgments about those events. Imagine waking up to dark clouds outside your window. One person immediately complains, "This day is ruined." Another smiles and says, "This is another opportunity to practice patience." The weather is the same. The difference lies in the mind. Each morning, pause before allowing your thoughts to race. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me become stronger, or is it making me weaker? If it weakens you, challenge it. Replace it with a thought rooted in reason rather than fear. Instead of saying, "Everything will go wrong today," say, "Whatever happens today, I have the strength to face it." Instead of saying, "I'm overwhelmed," say, "I'll handle one task at a time." This isn't blind optimism. It's disciplined thinking. Your mind is like a garden. If you don't intentionally plant good seeds, weeds will grow on their own. Every morning gives you the chance to choose which seeds you will water. Spend 5 quiet minutes in reflection. Breathe deeply. Let your thoughts settle. Remind yourself that no one can steal your peace without your permission. Marcus Aurelius often wrote to himself before beginning his day. He didn't write because life was easy. He wrote because he knew his mind needed guidance before facing the demands of leadership. You don't need to be an emperor to benefit from this habit. A simple journal, a notebook, or even a few moments of silent reflection can help you direct your thoughts instead of becoming their prisoner. As you prepare for your day, remember this. Your greatest battle is rarely with the world. It is with the voice inside your own mind. Win that battle each morning, and you've already taken the first step toward winning the day. Subscribe reminder. If these Stoic lessons are helping you become more disciplined, take a moment to subscribe to the Stoic Voice and turn on notifications. Every new video is designed to help you build mental strength, emotional resilience, and lasting inner peace through timeless Stoic wisdom. Now, let's move on to the third rule. Rule 3. Accept what you cannot control. One of the greatest sources of stress is trying to control things that were never ours to control. People wake up worrying about traffic, the weather, what others think, the economy, or whether everything will go according to plan. The Stoics considered this a waste of precious energy. Epictetus taught that some things are within our control, while others are not. Wisdom begins by knowing the difference. Each morning, remind yourself of this simple truth. You cannot control what happens to you. You can control how you respond. Someone may criticize you today. Plans may change. Unexpected problems may arise. You may face disappointment. None of these events determine your character. Your response does. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with stones. Each stone represents something outside your control, other people's opinions, yesterday's mistakes, future uncertainties, and random events. Wouldn't your journey become easier if you simply put the backpack down? That's what Stoicism invites you to do every morning. Before leaving your home, mentally release everything you cannot control. Say to yourself, "Today, I will focus only on my actions, my choices, my attitude, and my character." Notice how much lighter your mind becomes. Instead of fearing what might happen, you begin preparing for whatever does happen. This mindset doesn't eliminate challenges. It eliminates unnecessary suffering. Marcus Aurelius faced wars, disease, betrayal, and personal loss. Yet he continually reminded himself that external events could never damage his inner character unless he allowed them to. That same principle applies today. When someone is rude, let them own their behavior. When life becomes difficult, let the difficulty become your teacher instead of your excuse. Every obstacle is an opportunity to strengthen patience, courage, wisdom, and self-control. As the Stoics often reminded themselves, the obstacle is the way. The very challenge standing in your path may be the thing that helps you become the person you were meant to be. Tomorrow morning, before checking your phone or beginning your work, take 1 minute to separate your worries into 2 lists. Things I can control. Things I cannot control. Then commit all your energy to the first list. Leave the second list behind. That simple daily practice can change not only your mornings but your entire outlook on life. Rule 4. Master your emotions before they master you. The Stoics never taught us to suppress our emotions. They taught us to master them. There is a profound difference. Suppressing emotions means pretending they don't exist. Mastering emotions means acknowledging them without allowing them to control your actions. Every morning, before the world begins to test your patience, make a quiet promise to yourself. Today, I will respond with reason instead of impulse. Think about how often people lose control over small inconveniences. A traffic jam ruins their mood. A rude comment stays with them all day. An unexpected delay fills them with frustration. The event itself isn't what destroys their peace. It's their reaction. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that he would meet people who were selfish, dishonest, impatient, and arrogant. He wasn't being pessimistic, he was preparing his mind. By expecting challenges, he was less likely to be shocked by them. You can do the same. Each morning, remind yourself. Someone may disappoint me today. I may face criticism. My plans may change. But none of these things will control my character. When you expect life's difficulties, you stop being surprised by them. You become calmer, wiser, and stronger. The next time anger begins to rise, pause. Take 1 deep breath. Ask yourself, will this matter a year from now? Most of the time, the answer is no. That brief pause gives reason enough time to guide your response. Remember, anyone can react emotionally. Only a disciplined mind can respond wisely. Each time you choose patience over anger, understanding over resentment, and calmness over panic, you strengthen your character. That is true Stoic discipline. Rule 5. Embrace discomfort every day. Modern life teaches us to seek comfort at every opportunity. Comfortable beds. Comfortable routines. Comfortable conversations. Comfortable choices. But comfort, when constantly pursued, slowly weakens the mind. The Stoics believed that voluntary discomfort builds extraordinary resilience. Seneca often practiced living with less than he needed, not because he was poor, but because he wanted to prove to himself that happiness didn't depend on luxury. Ask yourself each morning, what small challenge can I willingly embrace today? Maybe it's taking a cold shower. Maybe it's exercising when you don't feel like it. Maybe it's waking up earlier than usual. Maybe it's having the difficult conversation you've been avoiding. These small acts of discipline prepare you for life's larger challenges. Think of a blacksmith forging a sword. The metal becomes stronger only after enduring intense heat and repeated strikes. Your mind works the same way. Without challenge, it remains weak. With challenge, it becomes resilient. Every difficult task you complete tells your brain, I can do hard things. Over time, this confidence spreads into every area of your life. The person who willingly embraces discomfort is no longer afraid of temporary pain. And when fear loses its grip, freedom begins. Don't ask for an easier life. Train yourself to become stronger. That is the Stoic way. Mid-video reminder. If you're finding value in these timeless Stoic lessons, don't forget to subscribe to the Stoic Voice. Join thousands of people who are committed to building self-discipline, inner peace, and mental strength through practical Stoic wisdom. Your support helps us create more content like this every week. Now let's continue. Rule 6. Guard your time like your greatest treasure. Every morning you receive a gift. 24 hours. No more. No less. The richest person in the world cannot buy 1 extra minute. Marcus Aurelius understood this deeply. He reminded himself that life is short, and that every wasted moment is a part of life that can never be recovered. Yet how many mornings disappear without purpose? An hour scrolling through social media. 30 minutes complaining. Another hour worrying about things that may never happen. Before you know it, the best part of the day is gone. The Stoics viewed time as life's most valuable currency. Money can be earned again. Opportunities may return. Time never does. Each morning, ask yourself, if today were my last full day on earth, would I spend it this way? That single question has the power to transform your priorities. Protect the first hour of your morning. Don't immediately give it away to distractions. Instead, invest it in activities that strengthen your body, sharpen your mind, and nourish your character. Read something meaningful. Exercise. Pray or meditate. Write in a journal. Plan your most important task. Sit quietly and think. These simple practices create momentum that carries throughout the rest of the day. Remember this. Your future is built one morning at a time. The habits you repeat every day become the person you become. A disciplined morning leads to a disciplined afternoon. A disciplined afternoon leads to a disciplined life. Every sunrise is another opportunity to become wiser than you were yesterday. Don't waste it. Rule 7. Practice gratitude before desire. Every morning, before you think about what you lack, remember what you already have. Most people wake up chasing more. More money. More success. More recognition. More possessions. There is nothing wrong with ambition. But the Stoics warned that if your happiness always depends on getting something else, you will never experience lasting peace. Seneca wrote that the person who is content with what they have is truly rich. Think about it. You woke up today. Your heart is beating. You have another opportunity to learn, to improve, to love, and to grow. These are gifts that many people wish they still had. Before your feet touch the floor each morning, silently list 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be extraordinary. Perhaps you're grateful for your family, your health, a roof over your head, the chance to start again after yesterday's mistakes. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance. Instead of beginning your day with complaints, you begin it with appreciation. And a grateful mind is far more difficult for fear, envy, or anxiety to control. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the blessings already present in his life, even while facing immense challenges. He understood that gratitude wasn't a reward for having a perfect life. It was a discipline that made life more meaningful. As you begin each morning, remind yourself, I already have enough to begin becoming the person I want to be. That mindset fills your day with quiet confidence instead of constant dissatisfaction. Rule 8. Speak less, observe more. One of the greatest powers a Stoic develops is the ability to remain silent. Silence is not weakness. It is strength under control. Every morning, remind yourself that you do not need to react to everything you hear. You do not need to win every argument. You do not need to prove yourself to everyone. Epictetus advised us to be quick to listen and slow to speak. Why? Because when you listen more than you speak, you learn more than you teach. Throughout your day, you'll meet people who complain, gossip, boast, or try to provoke you. A disciplined mind doesn't rush to respond. It observes. It thinks. Then it chooses the wisest action. Imagine a deep lake. No matter how strong the wind becomes above it, the water beneath remains calm. Be like that lake. Let your words be few but meaningful. When you do speak, let your speech be honest, kind, and useful. Before saying anything, ask yourself 3 simple questions. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it helpful? If the answer is no, silence is often the wiser choice. Your peace is too valuable to waste on unnecessary arguments. Your energy is too precious to spend proving yourself to people who have already decided not to understand you. Every morning, promise yourself that today your words will reflect wisdom rather than impulse. People may forget what you said, but they will remember the calm strength with which you carried yourself. That is the quiet power of Stoicism. Rule 9. Prepare for adversity before it arrives. One of the most misunderstood Stoic practices is preparing for difficulty. Some mistake this for negativity. It isn't. It's wisdom. The Stoics practiced what is known as premeditatio malorum, imagining possible challenges before they happened. Not to become fearful, but to become prepared. Each morning, spend a few moments thinking, what obstacles might I face today? Perhaps someone will criticize you. Perhaps your plans will change. Perhaps you'll make a mistake. Perhaps something unexpected will happen. Now ask yourself, how will I respond with wisdom? Notice what happens. Instead of fearing these possibilities, your mind becomes ready for them. When difficulties finally arrive, you don't panic. You remember that you expected them. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that every challenge was an opportunity to practice virtue. An impatient person gives you a chance to practice patience. A dishonest person gives you a chance to practice integrity. A difficult situation gives you a chance to practice courage. Obstacles stop being enemies. They become teachers. Remember this powerful Stoic truth. You cannot always choose what happens, but you can always choose who you become because of what happens. Every challenge contains an opportunity to strengthen your character. So tomorrow morning, instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? That single question can completely transform your life. Rule 10. Live each day as if it were your last. There is one Stoic principle that has the power to transform every morning more than any other. Remember that your time is limited. This isn't meant to make you fearful. It is meant to make you fully alive. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that he could leave this world at any moment. Rather than making him anxious, this thought helped him focus on what truly mattered. How many arguments would you avoid if you remembered that today might be your last? How many dreams would you begin pursuing? How many kind words would you finally say? How much time would you stop wasting? Most people live as though they have endless tomorrows. The Stoics lived as though every sunrise was a precious gift. When you wake up tomorrow morning, don't ask yourself, how can I simply get through today? Instead ask, if this were the last day of my life, how would I choose to live? Would you spend hours complaining? Would you waste your energy on gossip? Would you allow one rude person to steal your peace? Probably not. You would choose gratitude. You would choose courage. You would choose forgiveness. You would choose purpose. This doesn't mean living recklessly. It means living intentionally. Every conversation matters. Every decision matters. Every act of kindness matters. Every opportunity to improve yourself matters. The Stoics believed that greatness is not built in one extraordinary moment. It is built through thousands of ordinary mornings where you choose discipline over comfort, wisdom over impulse, and purpose over distraction. Remember, your legacy is shaped by what you repeatedly do. Each morning is another chance to become wiser than yesterday. Another chance to control your thoughts. Another chance to strengthen your character. Another chance to become the person you were created to be. Don't waste that opportunity. Wake up with purpose. Think with clarity. Speak with wisdom. Act with courage. And no matter what happens, guard your inner peace. That is the Stoic way. Final summary. Let's quickly reflect on the 10 Stoic rules we've explored today. Wake up with purpose, not excuses. Control your thoughts before the world controls them. Accept what you cannot control. Master your emotions before they master you. Embrace discomfort every day. Guard your time like your greatest treasure. Practice gratitude before desire. Speak less, observe more. Prepare for adversity before it arrives. Live each day as if it were your last. These aren't just ideas to admire. They are habits to practice. Real change doesn't happen after watching one video. It happens when you apply one lesson, then another, until discipline becomes part of who you are. Imagine where you'll be 1 year from now if you wake up every morning and faithfully practice these 10 rules. Your mind will be calmer. Your emotions stronger. Your focus sharper. Your confidence deeper. Your life more meaningful. That is the quiet power of Stoicism. Closing message. If this video inspired you, don't let the lesson end here. Choose just one of these Stoic rules and begin practicing it tomorrow morning. Small, consistent actions lead to extraordinary results over time. If you enjoyed this video and want more timeless Stoic wisdom to help you build discipline, confidence, inner peace, and mental strength, make sure to subscribe to the Stoic Voice, turn on the notification bell, and join our growing community of people committed to becoming the best version of themselves. If this message spoke to you, leave a comment below and tell us. Which Stoic rule will you start practicing tomorrow morning? Your story may inspire someone else to begin their own journey. If you found value in this video, please give it a like and share it with a friend or family member who could benefit from these timeless principles. Thank you for watching, and remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Guard your thoughts. Discipline your mind. Live with virtue. And I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay calm.